Thank you for joining this session, and I want to thank organizer for holding this event. I'm Tadashi Nemoto, and this session title is Scalable and Cloud-Native Mobile Game CI/CD Environment using Unity. Let me introduce myself. I'm Senior Solutions Engineer at CircleCI, and I technically support development teams to introduce or improve CircleCI and CI/CD techniques from web, API, infrastructure to mobile and gaming. Previously, I was software engineer in test and DevOps engineer to implement, improve CI/CD, automated test, and so on. You can know about me more on GitHub, LinkedIn, and my portfolio site. This is a description of this session. This session provides an easy-to-follow introduction to creating a scalable and cloud-native mobile game CI/CD environment using CircleCI, GameCI, and Unity, which enables you to continuously deliver high-quality mobile games. This is agenda of this session. First, I will talk about the importance and challenges of CI/CD in mobile game development. Then I will explain the overview of Unity mobile game CI/CD pipeline using GameCI, FastLane, and CircleCI. After that, I will explain how to create this CI/CD pipeline step by step. Finally, I will summarize key points and there's time for Q&A. So if you have any questions, I will answer them during that time. First, I will talk about the importance and challenges of CI/CD in mobile game development. Nowadays, mobile game development has been actively developed all over the world. Mobile game is getting important from business perspective for several reasons. For example, since most of people already have mobile devices such as iPhone or Android, there's potential that many people play your game compared to PC or console games. Since we only have to submit game app to Apple App Store or Google Play Store, and these platforms distribute worldwide, your game app can be highly profitable with low cost. And since you can play mobile games anywhere and anytime, users can play your game long time and continuously. Let me explain the characteristics of our mobile gaming from development or product perspective. First, as mentioned, mobile games can update software with low cost. Second, in order to play games for long time continuously, retention rate is important for success. Third, since mobile games are played from various devices, even from tablet, we should continuously improve its quality for various devices. Therefore, it's very important to provide and improve features quickly and continuously. And CI/CD is essential for this development. We understand the importance of CI/CD in mobile game development. However, implementing and managing mobile game CI/CD is not easy compared to such as web development or API development. There are mainly 2 points of challenges, and first point is managing build fleet. Especially iOS platform needs to be run on Mac, and normally you have to buy Mac hardware. There's option to use cloud providers such as AWS, EC2 Mac. However, there's lots of limitations and cannot use easily compared to other Linux machines. In addition to maintaining Mac hardware, you have to regularly update macOS and Xcode, which happens several times per year, and it's very difficult to automate. Second point is difficulties setting up CI/CD pipelines. If you are using Unity for developing mobile games, and if you want to run CI/CD pipelines, you have first install Unity editor to each machines. After that, you have to activate Unity license to these machines and prepare build script for each platform. It's difficult and troublesome to setting up from scratch. Therefore, some mobile game projects are not yet implemented CI/CD, and build and test are run on local machines. Or currently managing on-prem environment such as Jenkins, but there are problems. For example, high maintenance cost. When your game or development team is growing, but it's hard to scale development. It's not easy to enhance developer productivity, such as build and test are slow, or like build test are flaky, unstable, and poor debugging experience. I believe some of your development teams are working remotely, but on-prem CI/CD environment is not suitable for remote development. Therefore, I don't recommend keep managing on-prem CI/CD environment. I talk about the importance and challenges of CI/CD in mobile game development. Next, I will explain the overview of Unity mobile game CI/CD pipeline using GameCI, FastLane, and CircleCI. First component is GameCI, which is open source project. As I mentioned, CI/CD setup and maintenance, installing Unity editor, activating Unity license, build settings per platform. GameCI helps to make it easy to implement them. GameCI now supports CircleCI, GitHub Actions, and GitLab CI. This time, I will use two components provided by GameCI. First one is Docker image, which Unity editor is installed. Second one is CircleCI orb, which is reusable config packages, which make setting up pipeline easily. Second component is FastLane. FastLane is open source project written in Ruby and helps automate tasks specific to mobile app development, such as running tests, taking screenshots, iOS code signing called FastLane Match, build, distributing beta or debug versions, and releasing to Apple App Store or Google Play Store. FastLane is mainly used for mobile app development, such as native iOS or Android, React Native or Flutter, but can also be used for mobile game development. Third component is CircleCI. This is where CircleCI sits in the toolchain. CircleCI currently supports GitHub, Bitbucket Cloud, and GitLab. CircleCI triggers from these VCS changes and run, build, test, and release. For release, you can integrate multiple platforms such as AWS, GCP, Azure for cloud. But you can also automatically release to App Store or Google Play Store. CircleCI provides several powerful features, but one of the most effective features for game development is resource classes. CircleCI provides multiple free managed build machines from Linux, Windows, macOS, ARM, and GPU instances. In addition to it, these resource classes have options, for example, medium, large, or X-large. You can easily customize which CPU or memory you want to use. As you know, gaming CI/CD needs lots of memory and CPU, so you can optimize these build and test and run faster. As I mentioned, Mac is needed to build for iOS platform, and CircleCI also provides powerful and constantly updated macOS environment. In addition to Intel Mac, CircleCI started to provide M1 Mac, which includes M1 Medium and M1 Large from 2023, which is up to 2 times faster build speed than Intel Mac. We are constantly updating new Xcode version, not guaranteed in SLA, but we aim to support a new Xcode version within a couple of days. I summarize the advantage of using CircleCI for mobile game development. CircleCI provides various and powerful build environment for game development, and no maintenance is required, especially for Macs. It scales automatically as needed and charge based on time and resource class of the build. I took the overview of mobile game CI/CD pipeline using GameCI, FastLane, and CircleCI. Next, I will talk how to create this CI/CD pipeline step by step. First, we will activate Unity license to use in CI/CD pipeline. Activation varies depending on the license used, and in this example, we are using a personal license. If you want to use another type of license, please check below link. In order to activate Unity license, we should create an activation file. This config file is a CircleCI pipeline to create activation file, and this uses GameCI org to simplify settings. After running this pipeline, you can see unity.alf file in Artifacts tab. This is activation file, and we will download this for next step. After downloading the activation file, we will upload this to manual activation site by Unity. After upload and activate, you can get .ulf file, which is license file. We will download and use this license file for running pipeline on CircleCI. So how to store Unity license files to CircleCI? CircleCI provides secret management called CircleCI context, and you can store environment variables securely. This time, we will encrypt the license file with base64 and put as Unity encoded license. In addition to it, we will add Unity username and Unity password. We activated Unity license and we are ready to run Unity CI/CD pipeline on CircleCI. Since we want to build Unity project for both iOS and Android platform, I created two pipelines. I will talk Android part first. This is CircleCI job called Build Android. At top, you can see we will use GameCI orb, which we used previously for activating Unity license. Build Android job consists of two components, executor and step. In executor, we specify Docker image provided by GameCI. As I mentioned, this image already installed Unity editor, so you don't have to additionally installing it. In addition to it, since we specify target platform to Android, software needed to build for Android platform, such as Android SDK, is also installed. Resource class is Xlarge, which is build fleet provided by CircleCI. In steps, first we check out source code. Then we prepare use environment variables such as Unity license, which we put previously. After that, we build for Android platform. Build target is Android. After this step, you can get Android binary called APK, and we will use this binary for next job for distribution. After the build pipeline is completed, you can see CPU and memory usage of the job. As previously mentioned, CircleCI provides feature called resource classes, and you can optimize this resource class using this dashboard. For example, if the job hit 100% CPU and memory usage, you can upgrade resource class to speed up build and test. On the other hand, if the job does not use CPU and memory so much, you can downgrade resource class to optimize cost. After we build for Android platform and get APK binary, we will distribute this to Firebase app distribution using Fastlane. You can also distribute to Apple App Store or Google Play Store if you change the Fastlane code. Since Fastlane is a Ruby project, in executor we specify Ruby Docker image provided by CircleCI. In steps, we check out source code, attach build binary, which is APK, install Fastlane, and run Fastlane command to distribute Firebase. You and your team members can download the game app and debug with them. That's build and distribute for Android platform. Next is build and distribute for iOS platform. This job is called export iOS. This job does not change so much compared to Android job, which I explained. We will use same GameCI org, and just differences is target platform and build target. This time we change this to iOS, not Android. However, there's a differences in building between Android platform and iOS platform. For iOS, previous job just generated an Xcode project from a Unity project, not the application binary compared to Android pipeline, which I showed. If you want to get a binary for iOS applications, which is .ipa file, you have to build this Xcode project in macOS environment in which Xcode is installed. Therefore, in next job, we will build this Xcode project in macOS environment. This is job called build and beta iOS. As you can see, this time macOS executor is specified. Xcode version is 14 and resource class is M1 Mac Large. In steps, first check out source code and attach the Xcode project, which was generated in previous job. At last, install fastlane using Ruby org and run fastlane command, which includes code signing, build, and distribute to Firebase. This is fastlane code. Since this is too long, some of codes are omitted. You can see full code from below link. First, we do fastlane match to fetch iOS certificates. After updating some code signing settings, we build the app. As you can see, the project path is in the build folder of Unity project. After build is succeeded and generate IPA file, we will distribute to Firebase app distribution. You can download and debug this iOS game app on Firebase app distributions after all these fastlane succeed. If you want to know more about this CI/CD pipeline, you can read my blog article which describes in detail. Demo is also available on GitHub, so you can fork and play. At last, I'd like to summarize the key points. First, I talked CI/CD is essential for continuous development mobile games with high release frequency. However, CI/CD in mobile games tends to be a challenge in terms of build machines to run, especially Mac, and difficulty of setting up. In this session, I explained Unity Mobile CI/CD pipeline using GameCI, Fastlane, and CircleCI. GameCI makes it easy to activate Unity licenses and build for iOS and Android platform. Fastlane makes it easy to set up code signing called Fastlane Match and distributing such as Firebase, Apple App Store, or Google Play Store. CircleCI provides maintenance-free and on-demand build machines required for mobile game CI/CD, including Mac. That's all for me. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, I will answer them during this time.
Yeah, thank you, Tadashi. That was great. It was very insightful. We indeed have some questions, so maybe we should start with some basic ones because looks like we might be missing some important differences. Like, for example, what is the difference between a job and a step? Maybe you can just
Job and
explain that.
self. Okay. Job is the CircleCI's definitions of, for example, build and for example testing, and you can do organize to for example parallel, or if build is succeeded, you can do it testing and distributions. And in steps, so it's in jobs and you can specify what to do. For example, normally we first check out source code, and for example you can do, for example, creating build script, or such as distributing or anything you want in shell script.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, thank you for the explanation. Okay, Matt, do you
Well,
see?
I'm going to jump in with a question then. I was going to ask about the, again, about large projects and how you handle large projects, large assets, and so on.
Yes, thank you very much. And I heard from customer the game project is very big, for example, large asset, and they cannot handle with cloud provider. So in that case, I recommend to use that's called self-hosted runners. And if you connect to CircleCI, so you can build on your machines. So for example, in Linux environment, you can create self-hosted runners and make it easier to run these large asset build environment. But I suggest to utilize macOS environment as much as possible. For example, if there's big large asset projects, and first we build for iOS project, and there's Xcode project is creating. And after that, we will upload to our CircleCI macOS environment and build the binary. So you have only to manage Linux environment, not macOS environment. It's fully managed. So I recommend such way. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And you talked about, I guess, Unity, and what about the Unreal Engine?
Yes. About Unreal Engine, actually, Unreal Engine also supports and provides Docker image. So you can run at the same. GameCI does not support it, but you can specify Unreal Engine Docker image, and same flow for Android. I think it's already, you can build on its Docker image. For iOS, you can build Xcode project in that container and build on macOS executor.
Mm-hmm. Okay, got it. Maybe Godot, quite popular in our chat
I'm
today.
not sure. Yeah, maybe I'll take a look.
Yeah, but like literally, we have quite many people trying Godot today in the chat. I think they will all wait impatiently for our Godot talk after lunch. Yeah, it's great to see. Yeah, okay. So Matt, do you know if we have anything else there?
I think that's it for questions, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, thank you very much, Tadashi. That was really fun and very insightful. So thank you.
Thank you very much.